Is Nikola's stock a buy now? Well, the short answer is I don't think so. Not yet, and not anytime soon. But I am going to say good things about this company, so if you want a more thorough explanation, well, keep on watching. So I think I need to preface this video by talking about what I like to see in a pre-revenue growth company, because that's what Nikola is. That's what Nikola is, and Nikola's trying to be a growth company. And I'm not saying this as a good investor or as a mediocre investor, and if this is a quality of a good investor, but this is just my personal opinion. But one of the things that I like to look for in a pre-revenue growth company is its ability to meet its own goals. For example, if a company tells investors that it's going to sell 5 trucks this year, and it sells 5 trucks this year, as an investor, I'm happy. Like, if the company says it's going to do that, and I put my money behind it, and it actually does that, whether the stock goes up or down, the company has met its goals, in my opinion, and I am happy to be an investor. However, if a company tells me that it's going to sell 30 trucks this year, and the company sells 8 trucks, well, then as an investor, I am not happy at all, because to me, that sounds like the company either overpromised or underperformed, neither of which are very good. And as an investor, and when I see something like that happen, I have to take a step back, evaluate exactly how far they've fallen, and whether there's any hope for them left in the future. I mean, that's one of the reasons that I got out of Highland. I mean, none of what happened recently was its own fault, but they projected. I mean, its projections went out by a year or more, and I had better places to put my money. Now, after making 2 whole videos in which I talk shit about Highland, there is no way I can turn around and tell you guys that I am buying Nikola as the company stands right now. There's no way at all I can do that. Now, I am not going to go over Nikola's history over the past year. If you're watching this video, hopefully you already know. But if you don't know, just type Nikola Hindenburg into Google search, click on the first link right here, and this will tell you everything you need to know. But the very short version, the very short and concise version, is that Nikola has not had a history of meeting its own goals. Not one bit. Now, just to give you one quick example, I'm about to say the good things about Nikola in a second, but just to give you one example of some trouble out of the many. Nikola, back a year or so ago, a little bit more than that, they talked about a truck called the Badger, back when, we thought the Badger was a truck that actually existed in reality. And not only did Nikola talk about, the Badger and how great it was and all these features and stuff that it has, they had a whole commercial series in which they had Heavy D standing in front of a fake CGI truck talking shit for the truck against racers and I guess other people that were standing in front of real life trucks. And it wasn't like an actual physical race. It was just Heavy D spouting off tech specs about that truck. And he did it over and over and over for many different trucks. And then the truck didn't exist. What is keep it very simple. That's just one example of the many goals that Nikola definitely did not meet. And as a result of the whole Hindenburg thing, the SEC launched an investigation into Nikola, which is still ongoing. The SEC is investigating both Nikola and Trevor independently. And as far as the latest news, Nikola agreed to pay $125 million to resolve the fraud charges. Now, I'm not going to read all this. You can pause if you want to, or you can go to the website itself, or just Google it, or whatever. But basically, the SEC found that Nikola is responsible for both Milton's wrongdoing and for other alleged deceptions. Now, down here, you will see that Nikola did not admit or deny the commission's findings. But, like I said, Nikola did agree to cease and desist for any future violations and to pay a $125 million penalty. Now, it is not for me to say whether, Nikola actually did this or Nikola actually, did not do this. But it is my opinion that if Nikola thought that it had a case against this, that it wouldn't pay the $125 million penalty. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that the investigation is still going on. The SEC is not done with Nikola, and it most certainly is not done with Trevor. Now, this is a separate topic since Trevor left the company a while ago, but the SEC is still investigating Trevor, and that's not going to come into any kind of completion anytime soon. So if you've been following Nikola for, the past year or so, you already know this information. So why am I bringing this up now? Well, I mean, lately, Nikola has kind of started to get his stuff together. So on to the good news. EV startup Nikola delivers its first electric semi trucks to LA customer. This is as of December the 20th. Now, I'm not going to read all this or most of it, but basically, Nikola delivered 2 Tre BEV trucks to Total Transportation Services. Now, I do have to commend the company for actually delivering trucks and getting them into the real world. Now, that sounds like an insult, but I mean, from a company that a year ago was talking about, products that didn't exist and touting all these alleged falsehoods, to go from that to actually delivering trucks, I think that's a big step up from the company. Now, it has a long way to go. But for it to actually deliver trucks, I mean, heck, 2 BEV trucks, that's 1 truck more than Hylian's done, at least as of the time of this video. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Now, TTSI also has a letter of intent from Nikola for 100 trucks, following the trial program of 2 Tre BEVs and 2 Tre FCEVs. Now, according to this article, Nikola aims to deliver 30 Tre BEVs to the company in 2022 and 7 Tre FCEVs, that's the hydrogen model, in 2023. The company also has a deal with Hamburg Port Authority in Germany for 25 Tre BEVs in 2022. And I also gotta say, reading its quarterly presentation for its third quarter 2021 results, I gotta say, things are looking up. It's reporting progress on the Tre BEVs. It's reporting progress on the FCEVs. Now this isn't anywhere close to to a state where I feel like, yes, I have to invest in this company. But I do like seeing things come together, and it seems like it actually is. Nikola is actually building the plant that they said they were going to build. They also signed a joint development agreement for large-scale production hubs just for the hydrogen. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but hydrogen availability across the U.S. is not abundant. So this is a good plus. Again, nothing is set in stone or nothing says that, yes, Nikola is really getting there, but this is the start of something. Now, I am 100% not making the same mistake with Nikola like I did with Hylian. I gotta see Nikola actually deliver on a lot of these agreements, a lot on these goals that it's setting for himself. That's why I started out the video the way I did. So yeah, I have no immediate plans by Nikola now or anytime soon. Even after the developments, I mean, they only deliver 2 trucks. I mean, that's it. They have to do a lot more in order to show me that they're going to thrive. I mean, even with the massive jump in stock price over the last 5 days, I need to see a lot more. Now, let's get some things started here as far as changing my opinion on Nikola. The first thing that has to happen is the SEC investigation. Now, Nikola did pay money to settle that, but according to the SEC thing, the investigation is still going on. So the first thing I need to see is the investigation end. One way or another, the SEC investigation has to stop. Now, one thing short term that I want to see as far as Nikola meeting their own goals. Now, like I said, this is short term, but they said in their third quarter results that they are going to deliver up to 25 Tre BEV trucks expected to be delivered by the end of 2021. Now, it does say up to 25, so I guess technically to get some leeway, but I want to see how close to get to 25 deliveries by the end of 2021. If I see something close to 25, this will be a large step forward in changing my opinion on the company. Now, if 2021 ends, which is 4 days from now, if 2021 ends and they haven't come close to this number, well then, I'm going to ignore Nikola for the time being. We'll just leave it at that. So basically, to end things off, I want to see how they do on this. I want to see how they do on this, and then I want to see how they do on this, on the SEC stuff. But anyways, take care, have a good day, and eat your vegetables.